Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy Fitzpatrick, and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Netcom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. We are very excited to host today's event, Microsoft 365 Copilot Agents Masterclass. Lead the Agentic AI revolution. Swati is a Microsoft certified trainer and technical trainer at Netcom Learning with over 8 years of experience in Microsoft 365 and Azure. She specializes in Microsoft cybersecurity technologies, including Defender XDR and Purview solutions, as well as endpoint management through Intune and Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Swati is also a speaker at Microsoft events, sharing her expertise on Copilot for M365 and empowering professionals to make the most of Microsoft technologies. Please bear in mind that this is an overview of a very robust topic. We offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored to your specific requirements. If you are interested in a further discussion, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at netcomlearning.com. Today's session is also being recorded, so you'll get free access to the recording in the next 24 hours via email. Netcom Learning helps customers build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adapting to change, and driving growth. We do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we have been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address challenges. We do have 9 practice areas in which we specialize. They encompass people, process, and technology training. Today's presentation is from the Data and AI practice area. Netcom Learning offers a comprehensive training portfolio of courses for the topic being covered today. Our upcoming classes include various trainings on the given courses. You can also access a variety of marketing assets, such as the free training and blogs, by clicking on the available event handout. These offerings can be found with a simple search on our website at netcomlearning.com. Today's session will explore how to unlock the full potential of Microsoft 365 with Agentic AI, the next evolution in intelligent workplace automation. Learn how to design, build, and deploy Microsoft 365 Copilot Smart Agents that can autonomously execute business processes, streamline workflows, and enhance productivity across your organization. Explore how these agents collaborate seamlessly with Microsoft tools to automate repetitive tasks, generate real-time insights, and drive smarter decision-making. In addition, participants will get guidance on effectively preparing for the MS 4014 certification course and exam in today's session. And now I would like to give you a quick overview of the logistics before we get started. To begin with, you do have the option to view in full screen by clicking on the full screen button on the right side of the GoToWebinar viewer. Simply hit the escape key to exit the full screen. Everyone has been muted except for our presenters. Feel free to submit any questions you have for the presenters here in the questions pane, and we will address them at the end of the session. And to get the best out of today's events, we've included the slides, courses we talk about, and marketing assets in the handouts section of your GoToWebinar viewer. You may refer to them at any time to get a better understanding of today's topic. And we do realize that some of you may have to leave early and want to let you know that as you do leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to take a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience and improve our future sessions for you. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. And now I'd like to pass this over to our trainer to present today's topic. Hey, Swati, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey everyone, Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone as per your time zones. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Swati, and we are going to talk about Microsoft 365 Copilot agents and Agentic AI revolution. So, we are going to talk about more and more about it. First of all, thank you so much, Tracy, for a lovely introduction. Before everything, let me quickly introduce myself first. My name is Swati, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I do have 8+ years of experience with Azure, with Microsoft technologies and endpoint solutions. My area of expertise is cybersecurity in Microsoft tools. And these days, I'm exploring Copilot for Microsoft 365. I have worked as a technical support engineer for Microsoft. And right now, I'm working as a technical trainer with Netcom Learning. And these are my contact details. So let's get started and let's talk about what is the agenda for today. What all topics that we are going to cover. So this is a list of the topics that we are going to talk about. First of all, we will be talking about, of course, about the agents because this is our main topic. So in this topic, we are going to talk about what is an agent, how do we create an agent, what are the tools are available to create and set up an agent. Second topic we have to discuss is Copilot Studio. How we can go ahead and how we can build and customize Copilot agents in Copilot Studio. What is this tool? What it looks like? What is the GUI? What all options are there? This is something we are going to explore, and we are also going to demonstrate few agents in Copilot Studio. After that, we have the next topic, integrating Copilot agents into daily workflows. So, according to your business requirements, according to your business processes, how you can use Copilot Studio agents and how we can integrate these with different workflows. So, we are going to talk about the workflows as well. And lastly, we are going to talk about some practical use cases. Whatever we are going to talk about agentic AI, how this is useful for your business and your organization. So we are going to discuss some real world use cases. And lastly, of course, we are going to dedicate few minutes for the question and answer session. First of all, the first topic that we have to discuss is the introduction part. Before going with the slides part, let's do one thing. Let's navigate to the whiteboard and let's try to understand what exactly is an agent. First of all, if I talk about what is an agent, so many people they call it as agent, many people they call it as chatbot. So basically, let me tell you what is an agent. If I say agent and chatbot is very similar, that will be correct. But if I say it's one and the same thing, that will be very wrong. First of all, agent and chatbots are different. Chatbots are created for some kind of designed workflows. For example, the inputs will be the same and outputs will be the same as well. But whenever we talk about agents, agents are very smart and they are intelligent, and we can integrate these agents with different applications. So, for example, let's say I'm working for any e commerce website. Okay. Or let's say I'm a customer and there is some e commerce website like Amazon, eBay, or Flipkart. Now I have purchased an item from e-commerce website. So in that scenario, let's say that item is faulty. So what I can do, I can visit their website or whatever I do have access to. Let's say they have their website, they have their application, they do have their portal. So let's say I do have their application installed within my mobile phone. So I'll be visiting that application and I can say I want to connect with your customer support. Now they'll give me different options. Let's say they do have calling option where I can provide my uh, contact number to them and they can call me. Second thing, web chat option can be there, or they can ask me to drop an email to them. So if I say, okay, I want to have a call, again, I'll have to wait for a lot of time in the queue. If I say I have to go ahead with the web chat option, that is real and quick. So if I select, okay, I'll be chatting with their customer support agent. So first of all, now that e-commerce website has n number of customers, but they have limited service representative, their customer support agents. So my chat will be redirected to their agent. That agent will give me the items that I've ordered in last couple of months. Let's say 1 to 3 items I have ordered. So it will ask me which item you have query with. So let's say I do have my query that is related to the second item. So I'll be selecting the second item, and after that it will give me different options like you want to track your item, or you want to refund your item, you want to replace your item, or have you received damaged and faulty item. So let's say I have received damaged and faulty item. So it will ask me, do you want to have a refund? Do you want to have a replacement? Let's say I want to have a full refund. And they'll ask me about my account details, and I'll be refunded with that particular item price. Now, this is something we call this as a workflow. This is nothing but this is an automation. Now, what is the need of this automation? What is the use of it? First of all, is it cost effective? Of course, yes. Second thing, I don't need to stand in a calling waiting queue to talk to their customer service representative. And it is minimizing the efforts of both of us, the service representative plus my efforts. This is nothing but, and my query is getting resolved in real time. This is an agent. If I talk about another example, so let's say my organization is there. Let's say my XYZ organization is there, and we are 2000 employees, and we have 5 HR people. So in that scenario, whenever these 2000 employees, they do have any query, any question, what we have to do, we have to connect with our HR people. Now, we know that HR people are being very busy with their own tasks. They have a lot of different uh, work to do, and a lot of different tasks are performed, they need to perform. So the responses that we are getting, those are delayed. So in order to resolve this issue, my organization says, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll set up our agent. But where exactly we are going to set it up? We do have our portal, we do have our website as well, we do have our application as well. So let's say we do have a portal, employee portal, and on that we will be creating an agent. That agent is helpful to answering the queries about, let's say, leave request, if I have any salary request, in case I do have any query about my bonus, my overtime, my calendar, anything. So instead of visiting this 5 people or this HR department, we visit the agent, we visit the portal, and our queries are resolved. Okay, for example, let's say I want to see what is my leave balance, and I'll be visiting that agent. I'll be asking, okay, what is my leave balance? How many leaves are there in my bucket? How many leaves I can take in the next month? And instead of going to the HR department, I can get the answers from this agent. So this is nothing but this is an agent. Now, what are the different types of agents are there? We talked about agents, and we talked about how useful they are. Next thing, if I talk about, okay, all right, now agents are there, that's fine. But what are the different types are there? For example, we have pre-built agents. Second, we do have advanced agents. And third, we have customized agents. I'm really sorry for my very bad in writing. Yeah. So basically, whenever we talk about pre-built agents, you can make a guess by considering this name pre-built. It means something that is already built, that is already built-in feature. These are nothing but these are the ready-made agents that are available to use for certain scenarios. If I quickly navigate you to the portal, you should be able to see, for example, okay, so this is my tenant account, okay, where I do have admin access. And here I do not have a Copilot license. Even if I do not have a Copilot license, still I am able to see certain options over here. Agents I can see explore agents, I can see create agent. If I quickly navigate you to the explore agents, I should be able to see agent store, and I should be able to see these agents built by Microsoft, agents for your team, featured agents. You can go ahead and you can see create an agent, more agents. Different types of agents are available, and pre-built agents are nothing but these are the pre-built agents. App builder, workflows, surveys are there, skills are there, prompt coach. These agents are ready-made available. These are created and designed by Microsoft, and we can use this. Some are free of cost, For some licenses, for some agents, you have to pay. You need to have certain licenses. So in that scenario, for example, let's say if I talk about prompt coach, this is an agent. It will help you out with your prompts. For example, let's say I'm at the beginner level. I'm very new to AI. I don't know how to create and craft effective prompts. So I can take help of this agent. Okay, help me with this prompt. Then I do have career agent or career coach agent that will answer my career related queries. So if you can navigate over here, you should be able to see you can have add option. Basically, I can go ahead, I can add this, and in that scenario it says you don't have permissions to add this agent. So certain agents are there for which you don't need to have a permission, but for certain agents you need to have permissions and access as well. So if I quickly try to add prompt coach, it does not give me that error. So I can add this and I should be able to see this prompt coach within the list of my agents. Now I can go ahead and I can use this agent. Here I should be able to see some sample prompts are there, suggestion prompts are there, and I can run my prompt over here. So this agent will help me with the prompts, prompt generation, analyze the prompt compliance, what is prompt engineering. The same way, I should be able to see the agents for idea coach in case I want to brainstorm something, I want to develop an idea. I can take help from this. This is nothing but this is pre-built agent. After that, I do have customized agents. Customized agents are nothing but this is something we can customize as per our organization requirements. That is not available with the pre-built feature. So in that scenario, I can go ahead and I can create the way I want, the organization requirement wise. And lastly, I do have advanced agents. In case I want to set up an agent that should be working with and that should be answering very complex queries, very complicated queries, in that scenario, I can go ahead and I can create these advanced agents. Now, so far we talked about what is an agent, what are the different types of agents are there. Now, next thing is nothing but we need to set up an agent. Which tools are required? Which tools are available? In the market, there are n number of tools are available these days. You can use them. Some are free of cost. For some tools, you have to pay. You need to have certain licenses. So in this webinar, we are going to refer only Microsoft tools, not any third party tool. So here, if I talk about the tools, we have three different types of tools. First of all, I do have no code tool. Second, I do have low code tool. And third, we have pro code tool. So in this scenario, if I talk about no code tool, if you notice its name, it says no code, code as in coding, programming. So in order to access no code tools, you don't need to have any prior understanding of programming language or you don't need to have any prior understanding of coding language. You can go ahead and you can use your natural spoken language and you can create your own agent. You can set up your own agents. So any person that belongs to non-technical background, that person can create and set up the agents without any understanding of programming or coding. Second type of, and if I have to give you the examples, we have Copilot Builder. Example, if I quickly navigate you over here, it gives us that option. Even if you do not have a Copilot license, still you should be able to see this create agent. If I quickly navigate you here, it will give you an GUI where even if you do not have Copilot license, you should be able to create an agent. It's pretty simple. What you have to do, you have to describe what kind of agent you want to create. And you can describe your agent, you can take the help of these ready-made templates and how your agent will look like. Everything will be shown over here and you can add this agent to your list so that this agent will be available for use. You can use this within your environment. You can also share this with your colleagues, with your team members within your organization. This is Copilot Chat Builder and it is a no-code tool. Anyone can use this. Second type of tool we have is low code tool. Low code as in it's okay even if you do have very minimum understanding of programming language and coding language. Plus you can also use your natural spoken language. And if I have to give you an example of low code tool, we have Copilot Studio that we are going to explore in this webinar. So we have Copilot Studio. What exactly it is, how exactly it looks like, we are going to talk about it. Next type of tool we have Pro Code tool, and if you notice this word Pro Code, it means in order to create these Pro Code agents, advanced agents, you need to have a very good understanding of programming language and coding language. We use this type of tool whenever I have to create very advanced level of agents or very complex level of agents. So people are there who are developers, who are programmers, they use this tool. And if I have to give you an example of this, we have Visual Studio Code, we have Azure AI Builder, we have Azure AI, Azure Foundry, we have so many tools are there that are available where you can use programming, you can use coding, and you can develop your agents for advanced type of work. So this is nothing but this is the basic understanding of what is an agent, what are the different types of agents are there. If I quickly navigate you to the slides and if you can see here, it says what are agents. It's the same thing that we discussed. We have pre-built agents. This is nothing but the ready-made agents. Second, we have ready-made agents that are available with SharePoint. Yeah, this is also available. In order to use this, you need to have a Copilot for Microsoft 365 license. After that, the agents for the everyday business user, like anyone can use this, anyone can create this. Your end users without licenses, they can also go ahead and they can create these agents. And lastly, we have advanced agents or complex agents. These are nothing but the different types of agents are there. So it says, first of all, we have pre-built agents that are available with Microsoft 365 Copilot chart like we navigated. Second, we have everyday business users. They can create their own customized agents in SharePoint, in Microsoft 365 Copilot chat. And if you can notice over here, it says you don't need to have any kind of technical expertise or programming expertise. Okay. After that, Copilot chat agents that are based on the predefined templates and rules, and they can be shared with other users as well. This is nothing but the different types of agents. Next slide talks about what is the benefit of using agents. What are the benefits are there? So there are n number of benefits. First of all, task simplification. What kind of work module that we used to have earlier? Earlier we had traditional traditional work approach, right? Everything we used to do manually. Right now we are going to talk or we are heading towards the modern work style. Instead of manual, our approach is shifted to automation. So in this automation generation, we are focusing on the automation and not the manual work. For example, there is certain task I have to do this in repetitive mode. Every day, this is something I'm doing, repetitive task. But I don't want to do this manually anymore. I want to have the automation. So how I can achieve this automation with the help of agents? So first of all, we have task simplification, then we have improved data search, we have better collaboration, then of course, yes, user experience or personalized user experience, we can use agents. And many people, they talk about security and compliance. So uh, Copilot being very new technology, people are being very bothered and very concerned about the security and compliance. So no matter if they are working with sales department, no matter if they are working with operations department, no matter if they are security admins, Microsoft 365 admins, they always ask one question: how secure your agents are? Do they follow your compliance settings? Yes, the answer is absolutely yes. Microsoft Copilot, this is based on Microsoft's apprehensive security approach. So it will make sure that your data is kept private, your data is kept compliant and secure. So definitely it is following the security and compliance within our organization. Next slide talks about how we can enhance the collaboration using agents. If I talk about cross-team collaboration, for example, different teams are there and they need to integrate their work. They need to work together. So how this can be enhanced? First of all, whatever agents that we use, these are real time. They work real time. Live agents are there. So you can have live assistance, live support you can have. Second, enhance search capabilities. For example, let's say if I talk about SharePoint, on my SharePoint, I do have 500 files. And in those 500 files, I want to search for a particular data. I have to do this manually. Okay. But if I have an agent, I can ask my agent, I'm looking for this data, I'm looking for this content. Can you please search that for me? So these are the enhanced search capabilities. Collaboration and communication, of course, yes. In teams, for example, let's say there is certain workflow is there. Whenever any particular action will happen, that should trigger some kind of email or something like that. So I can achieve that with the help of agents. Configuration and personalization is there. Yes, I can create my agents the way I want. No matter if I'm working with, let's say, if I'm working with a bank and I have to set up an agent that should follow the financial requirements. If I'm working with salon, if I'm working with a restaurant, if I do have my hotel business, I do have hospital. So different agents we can customize according to the needs, according to the requirements. And intelligent search. Yes, like I told you, agents are very smart, they are intelligent. If I talk about the security considerations, while we are using agents and we are improving the collaboration. So whatever permissions that you have, that will be managed by your agents. Your agents will follow the permissions that you have. For example, if I'm creating an agent that should be integrated with SharePoint or that should be integrated with my Word file or Teams, whatever permissions that I have, it will follow that. If a certain person is there and that person does not have any permission to any particular document, my agent will not respond to that person. Then data privacy, like I told you, yes, your data privacy is being maintained and managed by agents. Compliance reviews, yes, you can definitely can have the compliance reviews. You can check the performance of your agent, how it is working, if it is resolving the queries or not. How to do this? We are going to talk about this. Then we have centralized administration. Your admin can manage the agents from Microsoft 365 admin center, billing and everything, training and awareness. You can train your end users how to use your agents, what kind of agents that are available within your organization, your environment. You can set up a training and awareness sessions for your end users. Next thing, how IT governance controls your agents. What should be your IT governance? What should be the controls that you need to have? First of all, like I told you, your agents, they do run on a secure and trusted platform. They do follow EDP. EDP stands for Enterprise Data Protection. So your data is encrypted, it's isolated, and security is enforced at every step. Then label inheritance. If you're using sensitivity labels, if you're talking about DLP or data leakage that is happening within your organization, it will follow that. And then we have responsible AI. So at Microsoft, we never say that we use AI. We always say we use RAI. RAI, this is a concept that is first used by Microsoft experts. And right now, these days, this is being used by other platforms as well. So this is RAI. RAI stands for responsible AI. What exactly it means? It means the AI that we are using and we are creating and designing, that is responsible. It is following the data security. It is following the data compliance standards. It is following the privacy controls as well. Then we have governance controls. You can control who can create the agent, who can share those agents, and who can use those agents. Different teams, different end users, different departments. And you can also set up the policies and labels to discover, to classify, and to protect your sensitive data. You can manage the users and you can also manage and monitor the agent usage. Who is using your agent, how they are using it, how frequently they are using it, if their queries are getting answered or not. by the which customers are using your agent. We can monitor that. And then we have lifecycle management. So you can track, you can manage your agents, creation, the end of life. You can create your agents, you can delete them, you can edit them. So it is very simple process. Also, you can set up the policies and you can also have the audit logs you can have. Okay. So basically, the main motive behind this slide is to let you know that data stays within your service boundary, within your organization, and it will follow all your governance, security, compliance, and privacy concerns. Next, we have the same thing. Implementing IT governance controls for agents is crucial for several reasons to make sure that compliance will be followed, to make sure the security should be there, maintaining the quality, facilitating the accountability. So, to establish effective IT governance for agents, organizations should consider implementing the following controls like policy development, risk management, access control, data management, performance monitoring, training and awareness. And to successfully implement IT governance controls for your agents, your organization should follow these best practices. First of all, engage your stakeholders. Let them know what kind of agent that you are going to create, what this agent is going to do, what kind of data this agent is going to use. After that, establish a governance framework, very self-explanatory. You are supposed to do the regular audits, the reviews, performance, health check, and continuous agent improvement. These are the governance controls for your agents. And then we have Copilot agents. What exactly is Copilot agent? We talked about it. This is nothing but AI-powered assistance across your Microsoft 365 applications and services. It automates the task, it answers the questions, and it streamlines the processes. Self-explanatory. It leverages organizational data and it integrates with different Microsoft 365 applications and services like SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, Copilot Chat. And this is built on Microsoft 365's model, orchestrator, and governance layers. So it follows whatever security and permission settings are there for your applications. It includes out of the box agents and even third party agents. So it is not the scenario that we are using Copilot agents that will be integrating only with Microsoft solutions. No, absolutely not. We can create the agents and that will be integrated with third party services as well. How to do that? We are going to talk about it. So this was our first topic where we talked about agents, we talked about different types of agents, we talked about what are the tools are there, no code tool, low code tool, pro code tool. After that, we have very interesting topic where we are going to talk about how we can go ahead and how we can build and customize Copilot agents in Copilot Studio. So first of all, instead of going through the slides, let's try to understand little bit basics about Copilot Studio. First of all, fantastic tool and very popular these days. As we talked about, Copilot Studio, this is nothing but it is a low code tool. Low code tool as in you don't need to have very excellent understanding of programming language, very excellent understanding of programming or coding language. That's fine. You can use your natural spoken language as well. So even a person who does not have a technical background, that person can also go ahead and create their own agents. So it is a low code tool. Second thing, how to make it available. It comes with a license, which is nothing but Copilot for Microsoft 365. So if you do have this license, it will be available to use for you. To only admins? No, to both. To your admins as well as your end users. So this will be available for your admins, your end users, they can also use this. And also it comes with a standalone license as well. You can start a free trial for Copilot Studio license for 30 days, where you can create your agents, you can test the behavior of your agents, but you cannot publish them. Next thing, this can be navigated using the URL copilotstudio.microsoft.com. So we are going to navigate to Copilot Studio and we are going to demonstrate and talk about what all different options are available with Copilot Studio. But before that, we need to understand very important thing. That's nothing but we need to understand. We talked about agents, right? We know what is an agent. So whenever you're creating an agent, no matter which tool you are using a low code tool, you are using a pro code tool, or you're using a no code tool, your agent will always have certain components. So first of all, what are the components? Nothing. The parts of agent. First component we always have is name. Very obvious because different agents are there. Your agent should have some name, right? Second, we have the image or logo of your agent. Third thing, description of your agent, what this agent is doing, how it helps your users, your customers. This is nothing but the description. Fourth thing, we have instruction. Instructions are very important because instructions, they do decide the behavior of your agent, how your agent will behave. So the way you want your agent to behave, you are supposed to put the instructions in your tool, no matter which tool you are using. Even if you are using coding, you are supposed to put the instructions. This is how you are supposed to behave. After that, we have some sample prompts, or let's call them as suggested prompts. What are the suggested prompts? Basically, if you can see here, let's say this is the agent prompt coach. All right. And here I should be able to see these are the sample prompts. These are the suggested prompts. So you navigate to any agent, you should always be able to see these prompts, so that you will understand how to start the conversation, how to initiate the conversation. These are nothing but these are the sample prompts. This is nothing but this is the title, this is the prompt. Title and prompt. Same way, title and prompt. So the same way, if I'm creating my own agent, I can have this. I can have the suggested prompt so that my users will understand, okay, this is how we are supposed to initiate the conversation with an agent. After that, again, one of the most important components is nothing but the knowledge source. Let's simply call this as knowledge. Knowledge can be anything. All right. It can be, let's say, knowledge can be a file. This is nothing but what your agent is going to use. Let's say I'm going to, or the agent that we talked about. Okay. Let's say this is the agent. My organization is there and it has 2000 employees and it has only 5 HR people. So what we need to do, we need to set up an agent. So it should be answering about leave policies, it should be answering about salary, it should be, so where, from where this agent is getting this information, there should be some knowledge base, there should be some file from where this agent will fetch this information. This is nothing but this is knowledge. So knowledge can be anything. It can be a file, or if you have a website, let's say your own website, e-commerce website, anything, hotel website, restaurants, salons, healthcare, hospital websites. It can be a third party applications as well. It can be native application. Different types of knowledge can be there. These are nothing but these are the agent components. After that, if I talk about what should be the flow, we are going to use Copilot Studio, that's fine. But what is the process? First of all, we will create the agent. Second, like any other software, like any other application, whenever we create something, whenever we develop something, we test it. So we'll test it if it is working as expected or not. And third thing, we will publish it so that whatever agent that we are going to use, we can publish it at different places, different channels, so that my end users can use it, my customers can use it, my employees will use it, or my teammates, my colleagues can use this agent. And lastly, whenever you want to edit your agent, You can edit your agent, you can save this agent, and you can republish this agent. So this is the flow. Now we have the theoretical information about agent. What is an agent? What different types of agents are there? What are the tools are there? And the tool that we are going to discuss is Copilot Studio. So let's get started with the demonstration part. Let me quickly navigate you to Copilot Studio, and you can navigate to Copilot Studio using the URL copilotstudio.microsoft.com. Okay, perfect. This is nothing but this is the GUI, this is the home page, or this is the welcome page of Copilot Studio. It's still loading. So Copilot being a new technology, you have to be little bit patient with it. Yeah. So it's fully loaded now, and I can see this is the home page. There are three places. Now, what is the first thing that we are going to do? Creation. There are three places. There are three options that you can use to create your agent. First of all, you should be able to see this is the one place where it says use everyday words to describe what your agent should do. Use your natural spoken language. Second thing, on the left hand side, I should be able to see create option over here. If I click on this create option, it gives me two options. First of all, new agent, where I can go ahead and I can set up my agent from zero, from scratch. Second option, I can start with an agent template. These are nothing but these are ready-made templates that are available. If you notice the templates that are already available, you should be able to see these templates. Voice, benefits, weather, citizen services, safe travels, website Q&A, IT help desk. These are frequently used real world use cases are there. So these templates are there. After that, so we have two options. Either I can go ahead with a new agent option, or I can use a ready-made template. So as of now, let's do one thing. Let's try to use and let's try to create an agent using a ready-made template. Okay, so let's use this weather one. Very simple, very easy to use. If I simply click on this, I should be able to see the GUI where I can add the information about my agent. This is nothing but these are the components. What are the components? These are the components. Name, logo, description, instructions are there. Now we have to fill this up, kind of a form, right? So here you should be able to see language, edit language. Yes, Copilot Studio supports multiple languages. Right now, 25 plus languages are supported by Copilot Studio. It is multilingual. And here, first of all, we have name. Very simple, very obvious. Your agent should have some name that will make some sense. So it says weather. So let's call this as weather friend. Now this is an agent that will help customers to answer the queries about weather. Okay. Second component we have is logo or image. In case you want to change this icon, simply click on this and it will give you the instruction that the icon must be in PNG format and image should not be larger than 30 KB. So in case you have a good icon, anything, you can use this. Third thing, we have description. What your agent does. It says, now as we have selected a template that was already pre-configured. That's why it is showing up the ready-made information filled up. So it says you go to assistant for getting weather forecast. In case you want to edit this, in case you want to change this, you can remove this. You can add up your own, like in your own words. Next is very important. The next component is instruction. Like I told you, instruction is nothing but the behavior of your agent, including the task, how to complete it. So it says you should remain friendly and polite at all the times. Do not answer questions that are not related to the weather. Imagine you are creating an agent that should be answering the queries related to weather or related to travel, and someone is asking what is the recipe of a cake. That should not make any like this does not make any sense. So in order to do that, you are supposed to instruct your agent that you are not supposed to answer any query, any question that is not related to the topic. So these are the instructions. Next we have connect your data. We are going to fetch, or my agent is going to fetch the weather information. So there should be some place from where this agent will get this information. This is nothing but the connector. The connector right now, which is present over here, is MSN weather, and it says setup connection. Very simple. You simply have to click on this ellipsis, and whenever you click on edit option, it will start setting up the connection. So my agent is connecting to a weather connector, and you should be within couple of minutes, you should be able to see this. Okay. Missing weather, and if you can see here it says connected. Confirm this, and it is connected now. And then we have suggested prompt, sample prompts. So in case you want to add sample prompts, you can click on this and you can add in this format title and prompt. So this should be visible to your users or to your customers who are going to use your agent in this format. So you can add up to 6 suggested prompt. You can add the title, you can add the prompt. As of now, let's not add this. And lastly, we have knowledge. Like I told you, knowledge is something from where that will helpful your agent to get the data, from where your agent is going to learn. So it can be file, it can be a third party application, it can be a website as well. So if I quickly navigate you to the add knowledge option over here, as of now, it gives me only 2 options. It has 2 types. One is featured and second one is advanced. Whenever I click on featured, as of now, only 2 options are available: public websites and SharePoint. This is grayed out, but whenever you set up your agent, this will be available to use. You should be able to add the Dataverse. You should be able to add Dynamics 365 as well. And if I quickly navigate you to advanced again, right now it says Microsoft Fabric. But once I create my agent, I should be able to see multiple knowledge sources, and here upload file is there. So let's quickly set up this agent. So what I can do, for example, let's say there is some public website is there and I want my agent to use that website to fetch the data. I can click on this public website and I can add over here, for example, google.com. I can add that website and microsoft.com. So anything, I can add this and my agent will fetch the information from here. So as of now, let's not add Google, because if we add Google, it can attract irrelevant data as well. So as of now, uh, let's not add any knowledge source. We can add this later on. So this is very simple. We added name, description, instructions, connect your data, a connector, suggested prompts, and knowledge. And in the top right corner, I should be able to see create option. Let's create our agent. It will take a couple of minutes and our agent will be set up. Perfect. So now this is loading the overview of agent. The agent details are getting loaded over here: name, description, orchestration, triggers. We are going to discuss all these options one by one. But as of now, here, what is the next step? My agent is created, it is set up. Now we have to test it if it is behaving as expected or not. So let's try to test our agent. And if you can see here we do have this option, test your agent. It says, hello, I am Weather Friend, a virtual assistant. This is the name that we have given to our agent, Weather Friend. A virtual assistant, I can answer general questions about the current weather as well as forecast for today and tomorrow. Just so you are aware, I sometimes use AI to answer your questions. It means not every time this will be a correct information. You'll have to cross check it. Human review is very important whenever you are using AI. So let's get started. Here, I do have a window, or I do have a space where I can enter my prompt. So let's say, hey, and it says, hello, how can I help you today? And also two options are there. Thumbs up, thumbs down. This is nothing but these are the feedback options. Thumbs up is in the response is correct. Thumbs down is in no, the response is irrelevant. This is not mandatory to submit this, but this is recommended because whatever you are submitting, whatever feedbacks that you are submitting will be used for the betterment of AI, betterment of your responses for future. Now here, now let me say, I want to know current weather. I want to know the current weather because this is weather related agent. So it says to clarify, did you mean get current weather, get forecast for today? None of this. So let's say, okay, I mean get current weather. So it is responding with, for which city do you wish to get the current weather? So let's say for Mumbai, and it will start processing. And it answered the prompt. The current weather in Mumbai, India is clear with a temperature of 79 degrees Fahrenheit and the humidity in degrees or uh, the wind speed and everything. Okay, this is the answer and this is correct. Now, if I say, okay, to clarify, did you mean this? Let's say none of this. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that. Can you try rephrasing? So let me say, no worries, I'm good. This is great. If you ever need a weather update for Mumbai or any other city, just let me know. Have a wonderful day. So let me say bye. And it is asked me, would you like to end our conversation? And two buttons are there, yes and no. So if I say no, I don't want to end the conversation, it will respond, go ahead, I'm listening. So let me again say bye. Would you like to end our conversation? This time let me say yes. Did that answer your question? Yes. Great. Please rate your experience and some feedback is there. Thanks for your feedback. Can I help you with anything else? If I say no. Okay, goodbye. It means it is working as expected. Also, if you remember, we have added one more instruction that do not answer any question that is not related to the weather. So let me ask a very irrelevant question to this agent to see how it behaves. So let me ask, what is the recipe of a cake? And it should say, yes, it says, I'm here to help with weather related questions. If you'd like to know about the current weather or a forecast, please let me know. Okay. So it means this is working as expected. It is not answering the queries which are not related to weather. So this is how we test the agent. Now, this is done. Testing is done. It is working as expected. What is the next thing that we are supposed to do? We are supposed to publish this agent. So whatever agent that we have created, that we have to make it available for our end users, our customers, our employees, our teammates, our organization people. So how to do this? We have to publish this agent. How we can publish this agent? We can publish the agent using different channels. I can publish my agent and I can make it available in Microsoft Teams. I can make it available on my website if I have any. My working website is there. My business website is there and I want to set up this agent on my website. I can do that. Even if I do not have a website as of now, but I am going to build one. So I can use demo website option. It will show me how your agent will look like if you do have a website. After that, if I do have native application, if I do have a mobile application, WhatsApp, Facebook, Slack, I can publish my agent over there. So how to publish this? Again, pretty simple. On the top right corner, you should be able to see publish option over here. If I quickly click on this, okay, so it says you do not have a license that allows you to publish a Copilot Studio. Okay, that's fine. Okay. let me select if I have any agent that we can publish. So this is the agent that works with travels, and if you can see here, I do have publish option over here. Okay, so if I try to do this, okay, this is already published though. Okay, so you can publish this, and once you publish this, it should hardly take couple of minutes. Once this is published, you should be able to see this in channels option. Now your agent is published and channels option is there. So what you can do, you can have these options: demo website, you can have Microsoft channels, like you can publish your channel in Teams, in Microsoft 365 Copilot, SharePoint. Your agent will be showed up over there. Other channels are like web application, native application, Facebook, Telegram, Slack, WhatsApp, Line, GroupMe, and other applications are also there, right? So you can go ahead and you can publish your agent. You can use those channels. After this, once you publish this, how it will look like? For example, this is my Teams, and here, this is the agent. Okay, once I publish this, I should be able to see this over here, and my agent will look like this. The way we have a conversation with our colleagues, our team members in Teams, the same way I can have a conversation with the agent. Now, for example, this is the agent that is already opened within my Teams. So here I can say hi. Okay, let me again say hey. So it says, hey, how can I help you today? Now, if you can notice over here, this agent is different than we built. This is Safe Travels agent, which resolves the queries or which helps with the queries related to travel. So I can say, I want to travel to Canada from India. Any spoken natural language you can use, it will understand it. I want to travel to Canada from India as a student. What all documents I need? And it will start fetching the answer from the knowledge and the websites that you have provided, from the data sources that you have provided. Okay, and it will take little bit time. So it will, yeah, the answer is here. So it has responded. Documents that you'll need to travel to Canada from India as a student. Valid travel documents, you need to have a valid passport. Then you need to have, this is something, the kind of thing that's exams are there. You can protect your documents. You can have the prescriptions, medications, driving documents, embassy documents, travel advisory, travel insurance. So this is how it looks like in Microsoft Teams. If I publish this, if I say I want to publish my agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot, so my agent will be shown over here, and I can talk to my agent using Copilot chat. Within Copilot chat, I can do that. So basically, you should be able to publish your agent. For example, if I say this is the agent and I want to publish this over here, Teams and Microsoft 365 Copilot. So if I click on this, it gives you these options. Okay, it says, first of all, you need to publish your agent. That is absolutely correct. Right now, it is not giving me that publish option. But if you have a license, it should give you the publish option. It will hardly take a couple of minutes. Your agent will be published. And once it is published, you can make it available to use in Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365 Copilot chat. So you have these options. See agent in Teams. Whenever you publish your agent in Microsoft Teams, it gets added as a channel, and you should be able to see this as a channel, and you can have a conversation with it. Okay, so you can add this channel. Okay, first of all, it will ask me to publish my agent. So if you can see here, this is already published though. It says adding channel. So it will add this channel to your Microsoft Teams, and you should be able to see it over here. Okay, so you should be able to see here, or if you can see here, this is your channel. So the agent that you're creating, that will be shown up over here, and you can have a conversation with that. So with that, on this note, we will go on a short break, everyone. Please have a coffee break.
Thank you so much, Swati. Hello everyone, I am Ria, and now I would like to take over and go through the badge redemption part. I'm excited to announce that all the participants in today's masterclass have been given a free exclusive access to MS 4014 courseware. The best part is you also get to claim your digital achievement badges on Microsoft Learn to celebrate your fundamental skilling journey. Issued by Microsoft, these badges can help you highlight your newly acquired skills and boost your career potential. Let's take a quick look at the steps that you need to follow. So this is a badge redemption page, and on right hand side you can see a QR. So if you have your mobile phone handy, you can scan this and you will be able to use our mobile phone landing page to redeem your courseware and certificate. And if you're currently on your PC or computer, you can see this button over here. This is a clickable button. By clicking on this, you can easily redeem your courseware and certificates. Let's quickly go through the three steps that you need to follow. So, step number one is you need to sign in to your Microsoft Learn account using your personal or professional Outlook or Hotmail account. And if you already signed in, you will directly be seeing step 2 with redeem your dialog already pre-filled over there. So under step 1, you can see a button. This is also a clickable button. You can also use this button to redeem your courseware or certificate. So step 2 is your unique code will be already pre-filled and you don't have to add anything over here. You just need to click on redeem button to redeem your courseware or certificate. In step 3, you will receive a message indicating that your achievement has been added to your profile. You just need to click on view profile and after that you can access your Microsoft official courseware module from the training tab. So we'll quickly show you an example of how your redemption page would look like. So you need to follow 3 steps to download your certificate. First, you need to go to achievements, then courses, and from this printer icon over here, by clicking on this, you can generate or download your certificate. And after that, you can showcase your achievement on your social media, on your LinkedIn. And if you have any query regarding badge redemption part, our team is there in chat. You can write your message and they will help you with that. And with that, I would like to leave you for the break. Thank you so much, everyone.
Sure, we are now going to take a 5-minute break, but before we do that, we are going to launch a quick poll that we want to invite you to participate in. Doing so helps us know how we can better serve you by telling us who might be interested in more information or in taking some additional training. In addition, we have a lot more informative webinars coming up, so please go to netcomlearning.com/webinars in order to register.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's cover the remaining session. After this, the channel, if you can see here, it says the channel was added. And you can see that in Microsoft Teams. If you select the first option, demo website, you do not have a website as of now, but you can have in future. So how your agent will look like on your website, kind of a demo. So if I click on this, it says, in order to turn on this, you have to change the settings, the authentication setting. Now, it's a different concept over here. For example, let's say I do have any e-commerce website or anything, any website. Let's say I do have a salon, I do have a hotel, I do have bank. So who can use my agent on my website? Everyone. It means all customers, all end users who are visiting my website, they can use agent. So here, what is the authentication requirement? It's none. You don't need to verify yourself that, okay, I'm this person. You don't, even if you do not have any login details, that's fine. Still, you can go ahead, you can use this agent. So authentication settings, we keep public over here. Public as in anyone can go ahead and anyone can use your agent. Second option that we have is Microsoft Teams. If you are going to use your agent in Microsoft Teams, or let's say you are going to use in SharePoint, or you are going to use this in Copilot chat, in that scenario, you need to have the authentication. What is authentication? Your username and password, right? For example, I'm logged in my Microsoft Teams. How I am logged in? Of course, I do have an email address, I do have an UPN, and I do have a password. So if I do have an agent that I'm supposed to use within Microsoft Teams, I need to have the intra ID credentials. So not anyone can use this. People within your organization can use this agent. So authentication settings are required. So here, whenever we are saying demo website, first of all, it says navigate to the settings, change the settings, authentication settings, and then you should be able to use that. So what are the settings available? You should be able to see settings option over here. So if I quickly navigate you to the settings, these are the agent settings, not Copilot settings. Every agent that is available in Microsoft Copilot Studio, it has different settings. So these are the settings related to my agent. What all settings are available? We are going to navigate to this. But first of all, as of now, let's talk about only security settings. In that first setting, I should be able to see is authentication. Verify a user's identity during a chat. So it has three options. I can select no authentication, I can select authenticate with Microsoft, and I can select authenticate manually. So I can go ahead and I can set up the authentication as per my organization requirement. If you think people are going to use your agent publicly, go with the first option, no authentication. If you think, and if you're making it available for your users in Microsoft Teams, in SharePoint, in Power Applications, and Copilot Chat, you should be selecting the second option. And then lastly, we have authenticate manually. So for example, let's say you're setting up an agent in WhatsApp. So most of the time we have the business accounts, right? So you send some messages to these business accounts and they'll respond with some automated messages. This is something we can use authenticate manually option. So as of now, this is grayed out. But if you select this, you should be able to see this demo website. Okay, so if I click on this, it will ask you to set up a welcome message, then conversation starters, and share your website. So here one link will be available. You can copy this link and you can see how your agent will look like in demo website. The same way, you can publish your agent in mobile application, Facebook, Telegram, web application, via email. There's nothing but these are channels. Now, as of now, we set up an agent in Copilot Studio. We tested it. we could not publish it because of some error. And after that, whenever you want to edit your agent, whenever you want to republish it, you can do it. Now let's try to navigate, or let's try to use another option. That's nothing but create new. We know that we have two options, right? We have new option and we have template option. Template option, we used it, right? We created an agent about weather. Now, whenever you say, okay, you have to go ahead and you have to set up your agent from a scratch, from zero, it will give you two options where it will say describe your agent or configure your agent. So let's quickly use this option. Whenever we navigate to create option, it gives us two options. First one is new agent and second one is template. Template we have used. Now let's try to use the first option, new agent. Here, if I click on this new agent, it will give me two options where either I can describe this or I can configure this. Describe and configure. What is describe? Let's say you're at the beginner level. You don't know how to set up the agent. So you can ask Copilot, okay, I have to set up this kind of agent, and Copilot will help you out. So whatever name, whatever you want to give it to your agent, you can mention it over here. So it says uh, configure. Uh, you can use this anytime. But as of now, let's try to explore the first option, describe. Now let's try to create an agent. Uh, Again, let's try to create very simple agent, and that agent should help my employees with some expense claims. All right. So first of all, if I say I want to create an agent, that should help my employees. Even if you do some typos, even some spelling errors are there, some grammatical errors are there, that's fine. It will correct itself. So I want to create an agent to help my employees with the expense claims. So some claims, what I would say, claims feature is there available within my organization. Different types of claims are there, and every time what we have to do, we have to go to that officer or to that particular person to talk about the claims. So we have to do this with the automation. We have to automate this process. So I want to create an agent that should help my employees with the expense claims. So I'm taking the help of Copilot. I'm explaining Copilot what kind of agent I want to have. And if you notice on the right hand side, this is the window. Whatever changes you are doing over here, that will be reflected over here real time so that you can see how your agent will look like. Okay. So Copilot says your agent is now set up to help employees with submitting, tracking, and understanding expense claims. It will guide users through the process, provide information about required documentation and policies, answer common questions, and offer tips for faster claim approval. Now, next thing is what? We are supposed to select the name. Or do you have any other? And if you can see here, it has already suggested a name, Expense Claims Assistant. Would you like to use this name or do you have any another name in your mind? So let me say, no, I want to, no, this name is not good. I want to name it as, let's say, I'm not able to recall any good name right now, but let's say explains or explains claims buddy. And if you'll notice, whatever agent is there, now that name will be changed to this real time. Now our agent is being named as expense claims buddy. Now it says, all right, name is done. What is the next thing? Next component. Now it says, now let's refine what your agent will do for your employee employees regarding, like what it will help about expense claims, or what instruction it should follow. So whatever we do with the configuration option, we are doing it in a written way in describe. So you can describe your agent. uh, so let me provide the instructions. The agent should be, or should use, professional tone. What kind of tone you want to use, you can let it know. Professional, formal, informal, friendly, polite, simple, technical, non-technical, authoritative, any kind of tone. So the agent should use professional tone to answer employee queries. Okay. Second instruction. Okay, I wanted to add more instructions, but I hit enter. And if you can notice here, it says helps employees with submitting, tracking, and understanding expense claims processes. Now, it is asking me to add knowledge source, but I want to add more instructions. I want to add more instructions. So let's do one thing. The describe option is there. You can describe one by one. The second option is configure. Let's jump to configure option. Okay. So in configure option, again, I get to see the GUI where I can add the details, name, description, instruction. Okay, now it says respond to employee queries about expense claims using a professional tone, provide clear, concise and accurate information, guide users through the expense claim process, including documentation required and company policies, answer common questions and offer tips to fast the claim approval, maintain professional. Let me add more to this. Let me say, uh, when the user asks about, or ask who to contact about an expense claim, tell them to send an email to, let's say, finance. Let's provide an email address, finance@contoso.com, or contact to phone number and anything. Okay, this phone number. So whenever someone is asking about the claim, ask or navigate them or redirect them to the this department. These are my instructions. And then we have knowledge. Now let's assume we do have a file over here. We have a file in that claim process is there, and I want to add this file as a knowledge. I can do that. Let me disable web search so that your agent will not go to the public website and get the answer. So as of now, let me add the knowledge source over here. Let's see if we can get the option to add a file. And as of now, it says SharePoint. Okay. And let me say if we do have any file on SharePoint. Okay. So I should be able to see one file over here about expense, and let me select that file. So there is a document, and that document has this information about the claims and everything. So I will be adding this document to my agent, and my agent will give me the information from this particular file. And these are the suggested prompts, title, message. This is how it will look like. So if you're okay with it, you can keep this, or in case you want to delete this, in case you want to reorder this, you can click this. And now the basic information is done. Let me click on create option, which is present on the right top corner. And it is setting up my agent. Again, we are back to the same GUI like earlier we were on. Here, I get to see one thing. I get to see the overview, and I get to see test your agent. All right, let's try to test it if it's behaving as expected or not. So let me say hi. It says, hello, how can I help you today? Okay, let me ask some question about anything. All right, let me say, who should I contact about submitting an expense claim? Okay, so this is activity, the way it behaves, whatever activity your agent is performing that is being shown over here. We are going to talk about it. But as of now, it says for submitting an expense claim, we are supposed to email to this email address that we have provided and contact the finance team at this mobile number. If you need any guidance on expense claim or process, uh, feel free to ask. Okay, so let me show you the document that we have uploaded. This is the expense policy and it has expenses like travel, limit, some guidelines, accommodation, meals, entertainment, office supplies. This is a pretty simple expense policy file. Now, if I say, let's try to ask any other question. Let's say, what's the expense for, or what is the expense limit for a hotel stay? We do have an employee who is going to travel. So what is the expense limit for the hotel stay? And if you can see here, it says searching through knowledge sources. It will search this using different knowledge sources. According to the company policy, the expense limit for a hotel stay is $150 per night for standard accommodations. If you need to book a room at a higher rate due to location or availability, please provide justification and supporting documentation when submitting your expense claim. And again, the contact details, right? So let me ask, what about the flights? What about the flights? And it will search for the knowledge source that we have uploaded, and it says the company expense policy sets specific limits for flight expense and like travel class, destination, employee level. It means it is working as expected. Okay, so it means my agent is working as expected. Again, what I can do, I can publish this. If I say I want to publish this, again it is not allowing me, but if you do have a license, you should be able to publish the agent. It will hardly take a couple of minutes, and where I can see that, I should be able to see the channels. Again, same channels are available: demo website, Teams, SharePoint, web application. Now let's try to navigate to these options one by one. Let's see what all options are available. Let me close this testing window. Okay. First of all, I get to see is overview. These options we are going to explore. First of all, I get to see overview. In that, we have the name of our agent, description, orchestration, which model it is using. These are LLMs, large language models. GPTs we have, GPT 2, 3, 4, 5 we have. So which GPT your agent is using, it is mentioned over here. Then we have triggers, channels. We are going to talk about triggers. These are the instructions, knowledge, web search. We are going to discuss this here. Okay, first of all, knowledge. Like we discussed earlier, knowledge is nothing but it can be a file, it can be a website, it can be a third party application from where your agent will get the information. As of now, what we have done, we have added a file, a document where this expense policy is listed, and my agent is using this file to answer the prompts or queries. If I say I want to add more knowledge, so what all options are there? If I say add knowledge, and now you should be able to see the options which were grayed out while creating the agent. And I should be able to see these options. Public websites I have SharePoint, Azure AI Search, Dataverse, Dynamics 365, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Azure SQL database. And if I quickly navigate you to the advanced one, you can see what all options are there. Snowflake, Databricks, Confluence, Oracle, Azure Databricks, Zendesk, SAP, OData. It means my agent will work with these data sources, these knowledge sources, and can fetch the information from there. Also, I get to see this option where I can go ahead and I can upload a file from OneDrive or from SharePoint, the way we have done. These different options are available in Knowledge. Next thing, we have tools. Very important. Now, tools are nothing but these are the building blocks that enables your agent to interact with external systems. For example, I do have a third-party application. Okay. So tools will expand the functionality of your agent and it will allow it to perform various actions in response to user request, kind of autonomous triggers. So each tool, it represents a specific capability that your agent can perform. For example, let's say you can ask your agent which tools that do things like send emails. I want to send an email. My agent should not only send the response, but it should also send the email. It should check what are the current weather conditions are there, or it can read and write the data from a dataverse, or it can read and post the messages to Microsoft Teams. So in that scenario, I do have a tool option, and the tools that it includes, these are nothing but connectors we have, MCP we have, different options we have here. It means these are nothing but these are the several mechanisms that are available to add tools to your agent. Pre-built connectors are there. It means if I quickly select this connector option, I should be able to see hundreds of connectors are available and I can choose from different connections to thousands of popular APIs from both Microsoft and non-Microsoft services. In case, if you can notice over here, different types of, for example, Amazon S3 is there. It is a storage system provided by Amazon. Then I should be able to see, let me quickly navigate you to some familiar services like, okay, Azure we have, Azure Application Service, Blob Storage, Azure Automation we have, container instances, Azure Data Factory, Data Lake, Cosmos DB, Data Explorer, DevOps. It means my agent will be connected to this. The connector that is not available over here and I want to create my own custom connector, that is also possible. So I can define a connection to the custom service or system to enable custom tools. I can use Power Platform connectors. Agent flows are there. What are the flows? We are going to talk in few minutes. We have prompt, REST API, MCP we have. Lots of options are available. These are nothing but the tools. Then we have next option as agents. If I click on this, now agents are nothing but, let's say I do have two agents. One works with weather, second works with travel. And I want these agents to work together. So Copilot Studio lets you enhance your agents by connecting them to other agents, by allowing them to hand off user interactions or respond to autonomous triggers. So these agents will work together according to the queries. If someone is asking about the weather, it will reply with the weather related information. If someone is asking about the travel related information, it will give that information. So these are also kind of, it's a fantastic feature. You can add the agents in case you can create a new agent. If you have already existing agent, you can connect, and you can also use Microsoft Fabric data agents. Then we have topics. One of the most important things of an agent. For example, if I say I want to test my agent, so if I try to test this, okay, so let's say I'm starting a new session and I'm going to interact with this agent. So I'm going to start one new interaction. Let me say hello. Okay, so it will ask me, how can I help you today? I want to know about the expense claim. No matter, even if you're doing typos, that's fine. Okay. So I asked, I want to know about the expense claim. So from where these responses are coming up, because we have not configured this. If someone is saying, hey, hi, hello, We have not configured this. So this is coming from, okay, so it has generated this response, that's fine. But uh, this is being managed by the option topics. Topics are nothing but these are the building blocks of your agent's conversation. They define what the copilot can talk about and how it will respond to the user request. So we do have two different types of topics. We have custom topic and we have system. This is nothing but basically whenever we are talking about system topics, these are the automatically created by Microsoft to make sure that your copilot will behave naturally, and it will provide the fallback and default interaction. It will handle the common conversations flows and to maintain the consistent personality. After that, we have custom topics. So these are the system defined topics created by Microsoft. So you can turn them off in case you don't want to have them. Also, we have custom topic. Goodbye, greeting, start over, thank you. So custom topics are nothing but these are the topics that you create manually. Okay, so they will handle the common questions that your users will be asking about the business workflows, guided dialogues. Uh, if I quickly navigate to any one of these, let's say greeting, this is nothing but kind of an algorithm. This will be triggered. So when it should be triggered, the agent uses describe what this topic does. This tool can handle queries like good afternoon, good morning, hello, hey, hi. All right. And if anyone says this, you have to send a message, hello, how can I help you today? So whenever we test our agent and whenever we are saying anything out of this, okay, this is the welcome message. And if I say anything out of this, good morning, good afternoon, hey, hi, hello, my agent should ask a message, hello, how can I help you today? So that's why whenever I say hi, it triggers a message, hello, how can I help you today? Because of this. If you can see here, this is the greeting topic. The response that we are getting, it is because of this topic. So this is nothing but, if you can see here, this is a flow. Similar way, if I go to another topic, let's say conversation start. Or let me say, or let me select goodbye. All right. So here, now for different conversation, we have different topics. You can have one as well, but in order to avoid any kind of confusion, we can keep it simple. For example, there should be separate topics to start a conversation. There should be a different for a fallback scenario, for conversation boosting, for a goodbye scenario. So here it says this will be triggered if someone says bye, bye for now, bye now, goodbye, no thank you. So if someone says like this, you should be asking a question. Would you like to end our conversation? And the value is Boolean. Boolean is always true or false, yes or no. So if I say bye, it should answer, would you like to end our conversation? And it is because of Boolean. Two options are available, yes or no. So how this is a flow. These are nothing but these are the topics and how they work and boost your conversation. So if you say goodbye, it should ask a question. Would you like to end a conversation? The value should be yes or no because of Boolean. All right. So this is how your agent starts a conversation and carries out a conversation. So if that person says no, I don't want to end the conversation. The answer is no. So whenever it is no, whenever it is false, say go ahead. I'm listening. If it is yes, if it is true, end of the conversation. Redirect this to another conversation. So this is how these are the topics, and we can create. Now you can say this looks a little bit difficult, right? It's very simple. This is something we call it as node, and this is nothing but a white space. We call this as canvas. If I click on nodes, I should be able to see different nodes. send a message, ask a question, ask with adaptive card, add a condition, variable management, topic management, add a tool, and advance. So you can achieve very complex level of agents with the help of these options. These nodes are there, connectors, tool. You can add a new agent flow as well. We are going to talk about a flow. These are the nodes and these are the topics. So you can say, all right, how to create this? It looks very difficult, but you can add a topic over here. Again, you can take the help from Copilot. You can start creating your topic from blank, or you can add it from description with Copilot. So if I select the second option, I can literally ask Copilot to create a topic for me, the name of the topic and what you want to know. For example, let a user check the status of their flight, accepting the flight number and date. So I can literally put the information over here. If someone is doing this, I have to design this flow. I have to create this algorithm with the help of Copilot. So these are some example. Let someone order a pizza, choosing from common pizza types and how many they want to order. So you have to give the prompts like this. Then we have activity. Activity is nothing but it'll it involves understanding how your agents work, making changes and seeing the results. It will allow you to build better agents. So it kind of it tracks the information. It will give you the visual uh, representation that what your agent is doing in the back end. So if you notice while we were doing this, it starts an activity. It shows us from where it is fetching the data and everything. This is an activity. We get to see the activity map. Then we have evaluation. In Copilot Studio, you can create a test set. This is nothing but, as its name suggests, we use this to evaluate the performance of your agent. And test cases let you simulate real world scenarios for your agent. So you can measure the accuracy, relevancy, and quality of answers to the questions the agent is asking. And lastly, we have analytics. Analytics is nothing but it will show you the performance of your agent. It will show you uh, what is the performance, how many queries it has resolved, the feedbacks, the performance of your agent, how many queries are resolved, how many queries are escalated to the human representative, customer representative. This is because of analytics. I'll have to publish this in order to see the analytics. And lastly, we have channels. Okay, channels are nothing but we talked about. These are the different channels where you can publish your agent. These topics are there, and then we have settings. In settings, I get to see different types of settings. Orchestration. Do you want to use generative AI? Generative AI is nothing but AI will use, yeah, generative AI will be used in your agents to generate the responses. So whenever your agent will not understand how to respond, generative AI will come to the rescue. After that, I get to see agent details, names, icon, logo, security settings. I can have the authentication setup, web channel security, connection settings are there, authoring canvas, how many nodes I can have in a single canvas. Entities are there. So people who are from developing background, programming background, they know these are nothing but these are the kind of data types that you can use in your topics: age, boolean, city, color, continent, date and time, duration, email, money, number. So you can add your new entity and you can also use the registered uh, or you can register an external entity. Then you can add the skills. So for example, let's say I'm working for a salon and there is a website and I'm creating an agent that should be published on my website. So it has a calendar. So whenever any user will visit to my website, it should show the slots, booking slots, which are available. So that whenever that person will select a date and time, a slot will be selected. It should trigger an email, booking email to the customer's email address. Now it is a skill. We are performing a task using an agent. So you can add this as a skill. So with the help of this skills option, you can enable your agent to book an appointment, to send a confirmation email or manage tasks. So you can add different types of skills over here. Then we have voice recognition feature. In case you want your agent to use voice recognition feature, that is also available. Then we have languages. Like I told you, right now, almost 25 plus languages are supported by Copilot Studio. You should be able to see here Danish, Dutch, English, Finnish, French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Hindi, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese. So this is multilingual. Turkish, Thai, Swedish. You can use that. Language understanding is there. These are the models, NLU and CLU. So whatever model you're comfortable with, you want your agent to use, you can use this. Component collections is there, advanced is there, application insights. So these are the settings option. After that, again, if I quickly navigate you to the agent that we have created for weather. Okay, so we talked about these options. We know what is knowledge, tools, agents, topics, evaluation, analytics, channels. We know how to publish. These are the settings. This is the testing environment, name, description, orchestration, triggers. Now here we have these options. This is the home option where I can go ahead and I can see this option. Then we have create option. In that we have two options, new agent and templates. Then I get to see all the agents that are available within my environment. And here we have flows. These are nothing but these are the workflows. So you can start a new agent flow over here. Pretty simple. It's a part of Power Automate. So if you don't know, we have a Power family. We have Power BI, Power Automate, Power applications are there. Earlier, we had Power Virtual Agents, which was a part of Power family. This is nothing but Copilot Studio. So Microsoft has rebranded Power Virtual Agents as Copilot Studio. So Copilot Studio, directly or indirectly, it is a part of Power Platform family. So it integrates very smoothly and it blends and it works very smoothly with Power Applications. So you can create your Power Automate workflows and you can integrate that within your agent. So if I say, okay, I want to create a new agent workflow, I can have a designer, I can see the activity analytics I can have, and I can trigger it. So if you can see here, I get to see different. For example, when the uh, what is the trigger? When this flow should be triggered. So let's say when an agent calls the flow, HTTP, manually trigger a flow. So I can select the flow, I can create this flow, I can add a trigger, I can use the connectors, DevOps, Forms, MSN Weather, OneDrive. So I can use this. For example, let's say I use OneDrive. So whenever there is a file that is created in OneDrive, it should be triggered. So if I say this, a file is created, I'll have to sign into OneDrive. Okay, we can do that. Okay. Okay, I'll have to add the email address over here. That's fine. But this is how we create the flows. Different types of flows are available, right? So here, if you can see, different capabilities are there, Excel and everything. So in case you want to trigger something, you want to create a flow, you can do that. Okay, this is a flow. And then we have tools. In tools, we talked about customers are there. Sorry, not customers. Connectors are there. MCP protocols are there. Custom connectors are there. And here I get to see Power Platform, like I told you. Copilot Studio being a part of Power family, it integrates beautifully with Power Platform, Power Applications, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages. Okay, so this is nothing but this is Copilot Studio and its information. Now we can go ahead with the slideshow so that it will make more sense to us. So this is Copilot Studio. This is the GUI. So it says meet your users where they already are, access everything in one place, automate your workflows, integrate with your external applications, connect to your data in Microsoft 365. Then this is the flow. You can set up an agent, you can build the agent, you can design the conversation, you can publish it to different channels, and you can manage it. Everything we have discussed. So how to set up an agent? This is a screenshot. How you can set up the trial account. This is the GUI. We have environment. Environment is nothing but it is a kind of a container that your Copilot agent will be using. Okay. So you can publish your agent, you can set up a new agent. This is a screenshot of it. Or you can start with a template. Again, this is a dialog box where you can have the name of your agent, you can select the icon, you can have the description, you can provide the instructions, language you can select, knowledge source you can select. We have talked about it. Advanced settings are there. You can restart the agent creation, you can edit your agent, you can cancel the agent creation, create an agent with Copilot. Like I told you, you can take the help of Copilot, you can give the instructions to Copilot and it will help you out with this. Generative AI features. Create an instantly useful agent, harness AI general knowledge, author topics using natural language, enable generative actions. These are the features of it. General AI general knowledge. These are the knowledge sources we talked about it. Generative answers, like how your agent will have the generative answer, or how it will generate the answers using public websites, SharePoint files, Dataverse. You can upload a file the way we did. Test panel is there where we can test our agent. Publish is there. You can publish. We were not able to publish because of some reasons, but you can publish your agent and you can share it with other. You can have the demo site, website. Different channels are available, and you can share the agent. You can export that. You can share that within your organization. This is how demo website looks like. Okay, whenever you don't have a real website, but you want to see how it will look like on your website. So this is how agent looks like on your demo website. This is the second topic. Now we have third topic about the daily workflows. How to integrate Copilot agents into daily workflows. This is nothing but it's a part of tool. Okay. So in that scenario, why do we create the flows? Because we have to achieve the automation. It will automate the task with structure and consistency. It will utilize AI-driven intelligence to handle complex scenarios, and you can create an agent flow. You can use the tools tab, you can add a tool, you can have a new agent flow. Okay. Agents and agent flows better together. Yes, definitely yes. So it accesses the information from other systems, it handles complex scenarios and automate fixed components. These are the autonomous agents. Basically, they work independently based on your organization requirements. So how they work? First of all, trigger activation, like whenever any action will happen, it will trigger some flow. Then process automation, follow the guardrails, seek assistance, orchestrate other agents, integrate AI reasoning. Now there is a scenario that let's assume we have to build an HR agent to simplify employee onboarding. And that should be providing the general information and answering onboarding queries, submitting onboarding requests automatically, send approval emails to hiring managers and analyze responses and take appropriate actions. So in that scenario, how we can create it? Let's select new agent option and configure the agent name, employee onboarding agent, description, and agent developed to simplify the employee onboarding process. These are the instructions that you are responsible for onboarding, and after you receive the onboarding request from HR, validate the details and everything. This is the instruction. Now enhance agent intelligence. We have to enable the orchestration so that it will use generative AI, Gen AI, to respond in a better way. Then we have to add a knowledge to our agent. So we can add the knowledge source. What knowledge source we have added? Let's assume Dataverse. And we are adding a file about employee details. Okay, knowledge description, what this knowledge is all about. Then we have added this. Then create and configure actions. So we can add the actions over here. What kind of actions we want to have? Send an email to employee from a shared mailbox, send an email. Okay, so we selected this. Office 365 Outlook. It will connect to your Outlook. And then we have description for the agent to know when to use this action. And we'll be adding this action. So we will add this action. Then create and configure the triggers. Okay, how it should be triggered. When a row is added, modified, or deleted in that particular file or Dataverse, then this should be triggered. Whenever new employee is there, trigger name. Add the trigger. what should be done. This is a workflow, how it will work. What are the triggers? What are the actions? Okay. So when a new email receives or arrives, these are the triggers. Add a trigger. What should be done? Then edit triggers in Power Automate. In the same way, we can have the triggers. We can set up the workflow. Okay. So these are the screenshots that how we can create and set it up. Because of the time limit, we are not able to demonstrate this, but it's very simple. And then we have the last topic. What are the best practices and real world use case scenarios? We talked about agents, we talked about agent types, we explored Copilot Studio, workflows, or different options are there. We set up the agents, very simple agents we have set up. What are the best practices are there? Why do we have the automation? There can be n number of scenarios: data analysis, ticket trial, issue analysis, RCA, UI testing, document generation. So simply start by improving an existing process. Whatever you're doing, you have to improve it. So what are the real world use case scenarios are there? HR onboarding. You can automate the employee recruitment and onboarding processes. Then you can use it in IT management. You can streamline your IT service request and management tasks. You can use this in customer services. So it will enhance the customer support and interaction efficiency. Sales generation, lead generation, back office operations. So you can use this in these scenarios. Again, the business case for agents: increased productivity, cost saving, improved accuracy, enhanced compliance, better collaboration, stronger security, faster turnaround time, scalability. What are the business benefits are there? Right? Pretty self-explanatory. So cross industry use cases. For example, this is for travel booking and expense management. Here we are managing both travel booking as well as expense management for the employees, employee onboarding, personalized customer support, data analytics and reporting. So we can mix this up together and we can set up different types of agents. Then we have industry use cases: healthcare, manufacturing, travel and hospitality, retail. So you can set up different types of agents in different industrial scenarios. And in case you want to see this, what are the real use case scenarios are there? You can have this. This is the website that I have already opened with me. So you can navigate over here. You can see AI agents. It says 8 industries, 12 countries, and 39 use cases. So this is a full list of the scenarios: bending the curve on innovation, reshaping business processes, reinventing customer engagement, enhancing employee productivity. So you can select this and it will give you the business case for that. These are the companies: Cognizant, EY, KPMG, then different companies are there, 3 crowns, and you can select that. You can see how they are using AI, how they are using agents. For example, let's say Cognizant, business reviews without the heavy lift. So for the customer success teams are Cognizant, and you can go through this. Okay, different scenarios are there. Again, what you can do, you can change this. You can see the full list of the companies, and it will show you the full list of the companies. And again, you should be able to see how these companies are using AI. Okay. So this is it from my end for today. We talked about agents, we talked about agent types, we explored Copilot Studio, we demonstrated how we can set up an agent, how we can publish it, what all options are there. So I hope this was useful and helpful for everyone. So yes, please continue learning and get Microsoft certified. In that, what is the benefit of certification? It's very simple. This is the age where the competition is very high. And in case there is in case you want to switch your job, in case you want to have a promotion in your profile, certification is very important because it's a proof that you are very well versed this topic. So in case you have to stand out, you have to earn more, you have to go ahead with the certification. So different certifications are available. And yes, these are the numbers that how certifications can get you at different places. So it says well trained and certified teams are most 20% more productive than other stuff. That's very important, and yes, that's very true. So how training improves timeliness, insight, and business impact, the personal and career benefits of certification, the direct relationship between continuous learning and higher pay. So, how certification improves productivity, efficiency, and job satisfaction. So, you have to be certified to work with certain projects and everything. So, certification is very important. You can grow your business and you can grow your career with different Microsoft certifications, trainings. We have so many different certifications available with us, fundamentals to advanced, associate level certifications are available, expert level certifications are available, trainings are available, right? And you can renew your certificate. So whenever you earn any certificate, you are supposed to renew that after 1 year or after 365 days. So what is the requirement and everything is there. You can explore this with Microsoft documentations and you can keep your certification up to date by renewing it. So let's get trained and certified. Uh, you can explore our website. You can visit Netcom Learning and you can explore different types of customized and standard courses, trainings. You can inquire about the different courses and skills and trainings that we provide. So yes, please do visit our website and we are open for the questions.
Thank you, Swati. That was very informative. I know everyone is looking forward to the Q&A session, so go ahead and start putting your questions into the questions panel. And while you do that, I would like to give the presentation rights over to Sagnik, our vendor manager, to introduce you to our promotions and webinar-related courses.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Hello, everyone. So as you can see on my screen, this is the event handout that you all have received. Once again, we thank you all for taking out the time and joining our masterclass today. As part of this handout, you'd see the content section wherein the different sections within the document have been listed here, and everything is hyperlinked. So you can quickly use these links to jump to the specific section of the document. Before we proceed, it's worth mentioning that Netcom Learning, we are the proud winners of the Microsoft Partner of the Year award for 2 years in a row. So as we say, the legacy continues. In 2022, we were the Partner of the Year worldwide, and in 2023, we were the Partner of the Year for United States. And we are also a Microsoft Cloud Solutions partner. That means that we have capabilities across all the 6 solution areas recognized by Microsoft. A few more things about us. We are in the training industry for over 25 years now, having serviced over 80% of the Fortune 1000 companies, serviced 100 plus US military bases. Overall, we have trained 1 million plus professionals across 36,000 plus unique enterprises, and we enjoy a 96% recommendation rate from our customers. All our trainings on Microsoft are delivered by instructors that are certified and authorized by Microsoft. And our overall instructor pool stands at about 3,200 plus certified professionals. We are your one-stop solution for all your corporate upskilling needs with official training across every major technology and business solution provider. So as we can see over here, we are an authorized training partner for all the industry leaders across Microsoft, AWS, Cisco, CompTIA, PMI, EC Council, and others. Now, within this handout, you would also find this particular page wherein you can find the session recording. You can use the link to access the recording for today's session and revisit the concepts that were covered in today's masterclass. On this page, you'd find the link to access your complimentary courseware and the digital badges. The same landing page that we covered at the beginning of my presentation. You can find the direct access link here, and the link to which is also available on your chat on GoToWebinar. Also, all the participants will be given access to Netcom 365. It is our student portal that includes a lot of features and resources for you to take advantage of to supercharge your skilling journey. All you need to do if you're accessing it and activating it for the first time is set up your password and then you'd be good to go. We highly recommend everyone to explore our learning portal uh, to take full advantage of all your skilling resources. Now let's quickly take a look at some of the latest offers on Microsoft trainings and certifications. First off, we have the Microsoft Quick Start program, which is applicable across the entire portfolio, encompassing Azure, Security, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Power Platform. It is truly the best in class exclusive enterprise discount offering on your end-to-end Microsoft training across the official portfolio. The pricing model is quite simple and straightforward. If you have a team, if whether you are a large organization or a small organization, and you have a team to train across departments or within the same department, we have two options for you depending on your team size. If you are looking to train more than 15 learners, you would be getting a flat discounted pricing of $300 per day per learner. And of course, as the number of days for the particular training increases, the amount also increases, but you get significant savings on this. If you are having a smaller team, that is 14 learners or less, then you still are entitled to a $400 discounted flat pricing per day per learner. This really accounts to huge savings when it comes to large scale training. So we highly recommend everyone to get in touch with us, explore the offering by clicking on the link provided in this handout. And all your trainings can also be customized based on the specific projects and workloads that you and your team, your organization is working on. And our industry specific subject matter expertise encompasses a wide range of verticals, as you can see over here, from banking and financial services, healthcare, federal and state and local government, to education, energy, manufacturing, retail, consumer goods, and more. Also, we have a Netcom Plus subscription available for all the attendees. In case you are looking to have an annual subscription plan, you are comfortable learning at your own pace, a self-paced learning modality in the form of e-learning, this is the ultimate solution for your requirements, right? So you get access to 600 plus courses and 40 AI exam certifications, all at a price of only $399 per learner annually, right? So for only less than the price of a single seat, right, of a course, you get an year-long subscription model. You get an year-long access to 600 plus courses, 40 AI exam certifications, and all our trainings are recorded and they are you'd be getting the expert guidance through these e-learning modules from industry leaders who are designed to upskill professionals across all industries. So click on this link on your handout to learn more about our Netcom Plus subscription. Now, we'd like to also quickly go over some facts about Microsoft certifications. Role-based and specialty certifications tend to expire within 1 year, right? You need to maintain, in order to maintain your certification from Microsoft, you need to renew them before they expire. And the renewal process from Microsoft is really simple and easy, and it is cost effective because it's free of cost. You don't have to pay any additional fees to continue maintaining your certification, right? So please make sure to go through this insightful ebook, The Win-Win of Certification. So in case you're planning to get officially Microsoft certified on one of these role-based certifications, this is a great resource for you to know inside out about all the perks that these have to offer. Also, in case you have a team and before you commit to maybe a quick start program for training your team extensively, maybe you want to go for a test drive, right? You want to understand how it adds value to your team, whether it's the right solution for you, whether training is making business sense for your team. We have an ideal solution for you to assess that precisely, right? So for our enterprise customers with teams of 10 or more members, we have the 2-hour private group training demo as a solution which is also customizable. So our SMEs are going to connect with you, understand what your requirements are. They're going to prepare a targeted skilling plan, and then we are going to customize a 2-hour training for your team as a demo for a more extensive training engagement in case you see the value out of it. And all of these training sessions are delivered from our top Microsoft certified trainers. So this is a great tool. Please make sure to leverage it in case you are planning to explore more training opportunities. And last but not the least, we also have a learning passport, which is our go-to tool for year-long end-to-end enterprise training requirements. It is the ultimate flexible team training package. Irrespective of where your team members are located, irrespective of which modality you need to train your team on, or on which technology or vendor you need to train your team on, the Learning Passport is the ultimate solution. You get access to 4,000 plus official courses. You get flexible fund validity of 12 months. So whatever you invest as part of your Learning a Passport account fund, we we almost doubled it, right? In case, depending on the amount that you are investing, Netcom Learning also pitches in, contributes to grow your overall fund value so you can train your team to the maximum possible amount that your funds allow you to do. So this is a great tool. Please make sure to explore it in case this is something that you are planning to deploy and you're planning to train your team on AI, Copilot, or any other solution. Also on this deck, you will find some Microsoft recommended courses related to today's topic, as well as a couple of free resources which are mapped here. We highly encourage you to explore these post the session and get in touch with us in case you have any specific skilling requirements. We would love to help you in your skilling journey. With that, please make sure to follow us for the latest updates on IT and business training through our social handles across LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And with that, we are done for this session. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Thanks so much for guiding us through that information, Sagnik. And now we're going to go ahead and jump right into our question and answer session. Which generative AI features are available when authoring an agent in Copilot Studio?
All right. So basically, what are the supported knowledge sources, right? Like uh, we have a generative feature. So basically, what is a generative AI feature? It helps your agent to generate the answers. So creating an instantly useful agent that generates the answer. So different types of generative AI features are available in Copilot Studio. Like you can have that ability to harness that AI general knowledge to answer your general questions that are not related to your agent specific knowledge sources. So we can use author topics, we can use a natural language. These are the features that are available with generative AI in Copilot Studio. I hope that answers your question.
What are the supported knowledge sources for generative answers in Copilot Studio?
There are a lot of supported knowledge sources for generative answers in Copilot Studio. Like we have public websites. So basically, whenever you add a public website to your agent, it will search for a query on Bing and it will return the result from the provided website. Then we can add SharePoint files. We can add files from OneDrive. We can have Dataverse that will connect uh, your agent to the Dataverse environment, and you can also upload a file. So these are the different supported knowledge sources in Copilot Studio.
How are pre-built agents different from custom agents?
All right. Yes. So as we discussed, what we mean by pre-built, these are the ready-made agents that are made available by Microsoft. These are ready-made available. Simply we have to use them. And whenever there is a custom requirement, our organization requirement is there, then in that scenario, we can go ahead and we can set up our customized agents. So that will meet the unique requirement of our organization. So this is the difference.
How do Copilot agents ensure security and compliance?
Yes, this is a very important question because whenever we are setting up anything, any application we are launching, security is very important. Uh, we have to think and we have to consider certain security parameters and compliance settings. So basically, whatever agents that we create using a Copilot Studio, those are governed through IT policies. Some frameworks are there, like I told you, whenever you're using Microsoft products, Microsoft application, no matter any application, Microsoft will always make sure that your data will be kept private, compliant, and secure. So organization can also perform the regular audits and reviews to ensure compliance and data protection. So yes.
How can Copilot agents integrate into daily workflows?
Agents can be published. We talked about channels. So we can have the integration. We can create the agents in Copilot Studio and we can integrate into daily workflows like Microsoft Teams. We can use it on different websites, different applications, on social media platforms. So they can automate the structured task, the task that we perform daily. So it will access the external systems. It will provide the conversational support within your Microsoft 365 environment.
Beyond productivity, what are the core business case benefits for implementing Copilot agents?
Yes, apart from productivity, if we talk about what are the benefits are there, of course, it is cost effective. So cost savings are there. It will reduce the need for manual labor and it will minimize your efforts. It will minimize your errors. Second, we have enhanced compliance because it will make sure that the processes meet the regulatory requirements. Strong security is also there and scalability is very important one because it will allow businesses to handle the increased workloads without any kind of proportional increase in labor cost. So yes, beyond productivity, these are the benefits that we can say about the Copilot agents.
What are the essential IT governance controls for managing Copilot agents?
So we can manage our agents with the help of different policy controls. We can have policy development. We can have risk management assessment. We can have the access control. Who can use your agent? Who can share your agent? Who can or who can get the response from your agent? Data management is there and performance as well. So these are the governance controls. Whenever it comes to the management of your Copilot agents, as an admin, you can manage it in all the ways. Thank you. Thank you so much for your questions. And thank you so much, everyone, for attending this. Thank you so much for your time. Hope to see you soon for another session. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.
Once again, I want to remind you that as you leave the session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We would like to request for you to help us by taking a quick moment to participate in that survey. Your feedback really helps us understand your learning experience as we are constantly looking at how we can improve our future sessions. The survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. And if you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. We hope that you found today's webinar informative, and we look forward to seeing you back here with us soon. Feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Have a great day, everyone.